Andrew, welcome to Huddersfield Town. Going to be our new first team coach. Tell us what appealed to you about the role here and the club in general.
Well, I think the first thing that appealed to me was working with David and Christoph. Having been in the Championship and watching the way they've been playing, it's exciting. And sometimes it's sort of a two-way thing. I was asked if I was interested in the role, but then obviously I had to meet the manager and see if I appealed to him. And I think I'm still learning as well. And I think the structure and the direction the club's going in is really exciting. I mean, really exciting. And it was an opportunity that straight away I was, definitely wanted to get here.
It's interesting to hear you say that, because Huddersfield Town fans are definitely excited, and it's very different for Huddersfield Town. But that's obviously the messages out there outside Huddersfield Town as well. What David Wagner's doing here is a little bit different to the norm.
Yeah, no, I speak to a lot of other people who've actually spoke about the club and the way they play in the system. And it's exciting, fit and fast. And I think that's what fans want now. They want exciting football, but they want winning football first and foremost. I see Huddersfield as a club that is definitely, it's been on an upward curve for a long time. And maybe, these next few seasons might be, the manager with the owner to push it in that direction.
You've obviously spoken to David about the role, as you've said. What has he said to you about what he wants from you, what he wants you to bring as first team coach?
Well, as a first team coach, it's highly important that you have a good relationship with the players and the staff. But first and foremost, be able to coach and give fresh ideas to the manager and the coach. Obviously, my knowledge of the Championship teams we're playing against, I think he'll dive into, and he'll want to know about the other teams. And it's also important for me to further my education, to find out what makes the manager tick and Christoph tick, and also the Huddersfield. I mean, I know Huddersfield's a big club. You've got a lot of season ticket holders, and it's always been a great place to play football for me. I mean, Yorkshire itself, the players and the pool that you can pick up talent around here, it's second to none in my eyes. I think, in fact, it's the goldmine effect. I think Yorkshire produced the best young players, and hopefully we can get one or two in the team. But also the way we play, you're excited, it's fit. I think it's the future.
David made no secret when Mike Marsh left to go and work with the FA that he wanted another coach with good knowledge of the English leagues. Like he said, he's still learning. Did he make a focus on how important that was, that your know-how of England and this division in particular would be very important to this club?
Oh, yeah, of course. It was one of the main reasons. He identified what he wanted in a coach, and hopefully I fit the bill. But it's definitely, I think you've got to have knowledge of teams, of players, even in League 1 and 2, not just the Championship. It was important that, even the Conference, you've got to know players deep down there. There is some hidden gems down there. And it's also League 1, League 2, tough leagues, but it's about knowing teams, managers, shapes. Some managers have the same philosophy wherever they go. And for the manager and Christoph to ask me, then I'll know certain clubs play this way, what's expected of certain fans. And they need that. They've been brave enough to come over to this country to manage this club. So I think they need a little bit of guidance or a little bit of help.
We've talked about David and Christoph there. We've obviously got some foreign nationals coming over on the playing squad as well. We've already signed Chris Lover, Michael Heffel, both from the German leagues. How important and how much of a challenge do you think it'll be to help those guys hit the ground running? I'm looking at Chris in particular as a full-back yourself during your playing days, among other positions. Are you going to have to help him get used to the robustness of the Sky Bet Championship?
Well, it is. It's a tough league. I was talking, comparing it to the Premier League and League 1. I think Championship and League 1 are the toughest leagues. You have to be robust and fit, whereas at the top level you get looked after more. Them guys that are coming in, it's also up to the players and the leaders, the other leaders, the other English, British-based players, to welcome them. Because at the end of the day, the only way you're going to win games here, it's not through individuals, it's through a team. And I think the manager stressed that to me. Everything is a team effort, from the backroom staff to the players. And it's important, as well as first team staff, it's as well as the players that they bring them on board and they really welcome them, because there's nothing like a strong dressing room. You can have world-class individuals, but I think if you've got a strong dressing room, you have got a huge chance. And that's what definitely the manager's building here, and that's one of the key things for me.
You talked about your career and your learning process as a coach. You've been through some great experience already, even in your fledgling years as a coach. To think promotion at Charlton, everything that Bolton have been through while you've been there, even this year to be involved at Crystal Palace in an FA Cup final, you must have learned a hell of a lot in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it has been a phenomenal journey. I mean, at the start of last season, obviously, at the end of the season before, I managed Bolton for a few weeks until Neil Lennon come in, and then I was sort of doing the first team stroke 21 role. And then, as you say, the way football pans out, I end up, coaching Crystal Palace first team for the last 4 months. I was very honoured to be there. It was an absolutely phenomenal experience working with, in my eyes, probably the best British manager in the country. He really is top class, and his staff are. And it was great to dive in and see at close hand how they work and where you want to get to. And hopefully I can pass a little bit of advice on to the manager and the players about to get there. But it's been an amazing journey, and it ended with a final. Possibly should have won, albeit for 7, 8 minutes. But that's football. But I've definitely learned a lot, and with these relationships with other clubs, you build relationships as well. There might be a time where Crystal Palace might be able to help a Huddersfield, or we can help. It's the same with Bolton. Can we help them? It's about building relationships as well. And obviously, I want to build great relationships with the manager and the players here, and that's the most important thing for me.
It's not long until you get that chance now. Close season seems to get shorter and shorter every season. They're back in under a month, back on the training pitch. How excited are you about starting work here?
But buzzing, you could use the word excited. I'm really buzzing. I'm focused. I'm going to come back even more refreshed. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to the team bonding. I'm looking forward to watching how the players work here. I mean, I've been left some work off Christoph to look at the training programme and how they work, which is going to be exciting. It's great. It's a fantastic club. I'm honoured to be here. I'm really, 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 really looking forward to it.